Very good morning, friends. I hope you're all safe as well as healthy. Well, in this particular month, I have been talking in terms of various aspects of India 7 with you. And today, in this particular video, I'm going to talk in terms of changes in ownership interest in subsidiary. We know, as per India's 110, if you've got a control over a company, there could be situations when there is either a further acquisition or there is a disposal, and that could result in a situation that either the control goes off or maybe it results in acquisition of control. The question rises, in these particular circumstances, how do you reflect the changes in ownership interest in a subsidiary? India 7 gives us a good insight in terms of the various permutation combinations which can take place. Typically, I would say there are two combinations. One is when it results in obtaining, or you can say acquiring, a control, or it could be a situation where the control is gone. Let's dig deep into the two relevant paras which are given in India 7, which talks about the changes in the ownership interest in a subsidiary. May 22 का एग्ज़ाम्स राउंड द कॉर्नर है और मेरे ख्याल में आप सबकी तैयारी भी बहुत अच्छी चल रही होगी, बल्कि इस तैयारी को थोड़ी थोड़ी असेसमेंट भी आपको दे देनी चाहिए। और इस असेसमेंट के लिए अनअकैडमी आपके लिए लेके आ रहा है एक मेगा रिवीजन फ्री टेस्ट सीरीज। सीए फाइनल ग्रुप 1 और ग्रुप 2 इन दोनों के लिए हर सब्जेक्ट के लिए आप एक लाइव टेस्ट दे सकते हैं, और न केवल आप ये लाइव टेस्ट देंगे बल्कि आप इसके अंदर अगर अच्छे नंबर लाते हैं, यू गॉट ऑल्सो अ चांस टू गेट Amazon वाउचर्स फ्री वर्थ 1000। अलग अलग डेट्स पर आपको ये टेस्ट कंडक्ट किए जाएंगे। 24 मार्च से 27 मार्च ग्रुप 1 के, जिसके अंदर आपको 20 MCQs 40 मिनट्स के अंदर आंसर करने हैं। और इसी तरह से सीए फाइनल ग्रुप 2 के भी अलग अलग डेट्स पर अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स के ये फ्री टेस्ट सीरीज़ है, जिनमें मार्च 28 से लेके मार्च 30 तक आप 7 बजे ये टेस्ट लाइव दे सकते हैं। आपको इन टेस्ट के लिंक्स डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेंगे, और यदि आप प्लेटफॉर्म पर नए हैं तो आप इन सारे टेस्ट सीरीज़ को अनलॉक कर सकते हैं। मेरा कोड इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं CAKB10, और आप ये टेस्ट एकदम एब्सोल्युटली फ्री दे सकते हैं। तो भाई किस बात का इंतजार कर रहे हैं? आइए, लेट्स क्रैक इट। पैरा नंबर 39 of Index 7 tells me the aggregate cash flows arising from obtaining control or losing control of subsidiaries shall be presented separately and classified as investing activity. That means if there is any control which is obtained, or there is a situation that you lose a control, so it's either achieving control or losing control, the inflows and outflow on account of these activities are taken as investing activity. So para number 39 is talking of a situation when there is an acquisition and you obtain a control, or there is a disposal and you lose a control. That means it's a conversion away from a subsidiary, and it could be a complete or a partial disposal. Then there is another particular para number 42A which talks of that cash flows arises from changes in the ownership interest in a subsidiary that do not result in a control shall be classified as cash flows from financing activity. So it says that if there are changes in the ownership interest in a subsidiary that do not result in a control, which means it could be a situation of further acquisition. You already had a subsidiary and you again acquired a further shares. So there is a change in the ownership percentage, but it does not result in a loss in control. Or it could be a situation where you had a control, you disposed of certain percentage, but the control is still there. So the focus is in terms of that the transactions do not result in a loss of control. That means it could be a situation of further acquisition in a subsidiary, or it could be a case of disposal in a subsidiary without resulting in any loss of control. Then it is taken as a financing activity. So if you come back to para number 39, it talks of that if there is obtaining control or losing control, then it is investing activity. So if you're going to acquire a control, investing. If you're going to lose a control, investing. But para number 42a tells us that if there is a situation, there is further acquisition, but control remains control. There is a disposal, but control remains a control. It is considered as financing activity. But there is an exception, because we know as per Ind AS 110, there could be certain entities what we call investment entities. And it says unless the subsidiary is held by an investment entity and it is required to be measured at FPTPL. So these requirements would not be applicable if it says the subsidiary is supposed to be held by an investment entity. So the parent company is an investment entity which has got a subsidiary, then as per para number 31 of Ind AS 110, it is measured at FPTPL, then para number 42A does not apply. So collectively, you can say the para number 39 is talking of obtaining and losing control, and para number 42A is talking of no loss of control. So para number 39 focuses on investing activity. Para number 42A focuses on financing activity. So this is the insight given when there are changes in the ownership interest in a subsidiary. That's all in this particular video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye and take care.